All right. What's going on, ladies and gents? It's 2017. There's new things happening. There's some stupid things happening.
A lot of stupid things.
A lot of stupid things happening. I want to actually... Did you want to talk about Star Wars? Or did you have something
I
else?
have something else.
Okay, cool. We're going to talk about Rogue One. Rogue One. Star Wars.
Rogue One.
Star Wars.
Shout out to Elaney. She got me these cups. There's a second cup.
It's awesome. I like
and
that.
And then my dad got me
Vader.
It's kind of dark to see, but I don't care.
Rogue One was awesome. We've both seen it. There might be a few spoilers in this review, so
Spoiler alert.
be warned. There will be spoilers.
What do you want to talk about first? How awesome the bot was?
K2.
K2 was
I
the
loved
best
K2.
droid
Man,
that
he
I've
was sassy.
He was.
He was really funny.
Like, he was the best droid ever. And I'm like, man, I really hope they figure out a way how to keep him alive. But they didn't.
Yeah, about that. We'll get to
man.
that. I didn't expect that, but
I did. I knew. Again, I said
I mean,
spoilers.
you don't...
I said spoilers.
Yeah.
I expected going in, every one of them were going to die.
Yeah,
and then halfway when I was watching, I'm like, I really hope none of these people die.
Well,
and
I mean, you
I
don't...
let my hopes up because I knew going in that they were all going to die.
You don't hear anything about them in anything beyond...
Exactly. And that's why I'm thinking, I'm like, they're all dead.
So.
Like, they're all going to die. And then it's like, man, do they somehow get out? Come on, please.
Just one of them, please.
Just one of them,
At
please.
least
Just
K2.
Yeah, and then I even like the chick, Jen, Gwen, or
Jin.
Jin,
or so.
Jin, yes. She was cool.
Yeah. So the plot of this movie was really cool.
Gosh, yeah.
So the plot of this movie is
Setting
really
up
is
Return of the Jedi.
perfectly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, A New Hope is episode 4.
Yeah, A New Hope, sorry.
So and it leads right into it. So the plot of this movie is basically it's the birth of the rebellion, and you've got these people who
they're just scattered. Like, what's her name? The leader. Like, she can't grab everybody and like make them like go after the Empire.
The Empire.
They're arguing amongst themselves. They were on the edge.
Yeah,
of just like disbanding.
Very unorthodox. Very skewed. People don't agree on things, and it's a very, very, very small group. Like I said, it's the birth of the rebellion, and a lot of people disagree on things, and they're like, "Well, we're just gonna do this. We don't care. We're gonna do what's best for the rebellion. We're gonna do what needs to be done." But the plot of the movie is you've got this girl named Jin, but her father, which I can't remember his first name, Kalen.
Yes.
Kalen or so, or Galen or so, he is actually the architect of the Death Star, but he knows...
They fix the biggest problem in Star Wars. The biggest plot hole. They fix.
I'm so happy. They actually explained something that has been one of the biggest arguments.
They actually were able to explain it very thoroughly and like was just like, oh... That makes sense.
Right. So,
oh my god.
Kalen basically explained, he's like, look, I was recruited by the Empire to do this. I'm a genius. I did this, but I made a grave mistake doing this.
Like, I was forced. He was basically like, I was forced to do this. Mm-hmm. I needed to do this because they would have just got somebody else to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And at least with me, I was able to do something and put a flaw in it.
He put a flaw, one flaw, and you know what that is? That is the air duct on the top from Return of the Jedi, where they're... is it Return of the Jedi? I think it's Return of the Jedi.
I think so.
A New Hope, Return of the Jedi.
No, wait, no.
I'm so terrible at this. I can't believe I'm
Because there was two Death Stars. Now that was the only thing that they still can't explain, the fact that it took forever to build this one Death Star, and then somehow they were able to build a second Death Star within that span of like a couple years.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Yeah. But yeah, so they finally explained about that one flaw. Like everybody was like, really, he blew up the Death Star by shooting in
Like,
his
why would they
freaking
do
X-wing down an air duct. Why? That's stupid.
Yeah,
that was the easiest
and
thing I've ever
they would
seen.
always say is like, whoever designed this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Rogue One,
now
we
you know why.
finally get the explanation. That was the one flaw. He said, there's one thing that I put in place that can take down the entire Death Star, and that's going to be it. You need to know that's what it was. And they were going to the planet I can't remember the name of
there was just a lot of planets.
Yeah, a lot of planets to find Saw Gerrera.
Oh man,
Sugarera, something like
Sog, yeah, Saw Gerrera.
that. I'm gonna call him Sog. They were going
Soggy.
to find Sog because
They went to go find Soggy.
because Soggy. There was a guy from the Empire. No, yes, he was from the Empire with a message. No, because he had. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was
Was he originally from the Empire?
yeah, he was a stormtrooper. He was a pilot. Yeah,
He was a pilot. He was a pilot for the Empire.
And he defected.
He defected. He brought a message to Sog that was.
The only thing that was weird was that weird tentacle like monster that sucked their brain out or something.
Yeah.
That was the only. I'm like, okay.
That was weird. Yeah.
Nobody explained that.
No.
And then it disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
no mention.
And then he was fine too.
Yeah, he was weird for a little bit, and then he started like better.
Yeah, that was weird.
I thought he was gonna just be like half brain dead the entire time. And then he
Yeah.
started becoming like normal, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but he delivered the message from Kalen that the message was basically saying, I put the flaw into the Death Star, and you need to get this message to the rebellion so they know for future reference, so they could take it down. And but he also said that you have to get the plans, the blueprints for.
Because they weren't. He wasn't able to, because it's a very elaborate thing. So
Yeah.
you have to actually know where you're shooting, because that Death Star is huge.
Yeah,
And it's like that was another thing too. A lot of people argued. It was just like, well, why didn't he just explain it in the videotape? You sit there and try to explain exactly how to do something in a tape.
yeah. But the plans for the Death Star are in this huge database on the planet Scarif. It was really cool.
Scarif, yes.
The Battle of Scarif, which I'll get to that.
We'll
but
get to this.
They're basically essentially building the rebellion, and again, we were saying like people disagreed on things, did their own thing.
I loved the aspect that they kind of showed fault on both sides. Like,
Right.
it was unclear between who was good and who was bad, because the main rebel guy, I mean, he straight up killed somebody like in the beginning
Yeah.
because he was going to slow him down. It's just like, well, okay, boom. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. The first rebellion crew really showed that they were vigilantes, and what's his face, the other guy that was with Jin a lot, got orders kind of under the table to just
Kill
when you
dad,
see
like-
Kalen, when you see him, you shoot on sight, you kill him. Then he ended up dying anyway because the rebellion started an attack on that base that they were on,
Oh my gosh.
and he ended up unfortunately dying anyway. But props to Mads Mikkelsen, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Is also going to be in Death Stranding. So
Oh my
cool.
gosh.
He was awesome.
He was actually really good.
Um,
And then let's talk about Vader and his castle on Mustafar.
oh,
Wasn't that epic?
so
Because you're
awesome.
like it gave you the fly down. You're like, is this Mustafar? Oh, they're gonna show Vader. And then it's
Yeah.
like, why is he there? And it's like, oh, he's got a castle.
That's his castle.
And it's like, because I remember them talking about a Vader castle before,
Mm-hmm.
and it was cool that they showed him like resting in that tank and stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing I do wish that was a cool image, but after watching it, I really wish that they didn't show him until the end.
Yes. Like, he was only in 2 scenes.
Yeah,
but,
I really wish they would have just waited until the end there.
Right. But both scenes he was in were just
epic.
like, it was,
I
they
can
were
tell you,
so.
I can finally tell you about that. So, like, yeah, the first scene was epic. The guy comes in and is just basically giving him bad news and whatnot, and he comes in and like, fucking just strangleholds him, and it's just like, oh crap! And while we were in the theater, some random guy blurted out because he said something, and then like force choke, and then the guy blurted out, "Not today."
That's funny. But yeah, so well written into the movie because they like really showed off like how scary and powerful Vader really is when he came
very
onto the
powerful, very intimidating. It's just
very, very intimidating. So that was the first scene where he like force choked the general.
No, let's not skip to the end. Well, actually, screw it. We're gonna talk about that end.
Just go to
because
the
we're
end.
still talking about Vader. That end. I'm sitting there
The
entire
Battle of
time.
Scarif.
I'm like, holy crap! It's like Saving Private Ryan, like battle.
Storming,
it's just
they literally
yeah,
they stormed
it's
the
like storming
beach.
Normandy. It's like I'm like, holy crap!
It was
is
so
awesome.
cool. And not only that, the battle in space was I'm so happy.
I'm like, are they gonna do it? They rammed one Star Destroyer.
They
into
just
the
rammed
other.
it and they pushed it into the other Star Destroyer.
I'm like, yes.
It was so cool. Like the space battles, it just fills me with so much joy. Like the space battle was that good.
And then like they're doing the battles, and then like they get the plans, and it was so cool because it was basically a game of like relay. So it was like one person would fall down, but then the other person would pick it back up and then do this and do that. And it was like all these different systems had to go into place. The only thing I thought was funny and kind of like just like really bad that they shouldn't have read that in there was the cable thing. It reminded me of Back to the Future because he's grabbing the cable and then it wasn't long enough.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, really? I'm like,
yeah.
all I thought was like, what are they gonna set on like a clock tower on fire?
Yeah,
Like,
really. Lightning has to
I know,
strike it.
He's sitting there and he's grabbing it. And I'm like, really? The cable's not long enough.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, that whole battle. One thing I kind of wanted, but I'm okay with them not doing it, is I kind of wanted Vader to encounter Rogue One's crew, and fight them. But
Yeah.
I'm okay that he didn't do that.
They did that, and then like you just see this like they try to get away, and all of a sudden Vader's ship just stops them, like because they were about to go into hyperdrive, and then it was just like wham, and like everything blew up. Like, oh crap!
And then when he comes onto the ship,
Yeah, like okay, so yeah, let's talk about this. They're showing all these glimpses of the ship, and I'm like, wait, is this a New Hope? I do remember that. Like, is this a New Hope? I'm like, wait a minute, this ship looks like New Hope. And it's like, holy crap,
Yep.
I think it is. And then it was just like they lock just a group of rebels in that doorway.
in the hallway.
And then it's like you don't see the end of the hallway is dark. You don't see or hear anything. All of a sudden you just hear breathing, and then and I'm like, oh, and you like I had goosebumps because I'm like, they're
Me
all
too.
gonna die.
I just got chills. It was so perfectly filmed.
They're all gonna die, and he killed them all like different ways.
Oh yeah.
He's force choking some. He's flinging like the blaster's bag at people.
Just
and it's just like
pushing
oh
him up
my
on the ceiling and
gosh.
dropping him and
just not a care in the world. One handed, just like he doesn't care. It's just nothing to him.
oh, it was so awesome.
Oh my
And
gosh!
then obviously we're talking about spoilers, and I saw the movie after Carrie Fisher's death. I just saw the
Oh,
movie
you
last
did?
week. So the last 5 seconds of this
Oh,
movie
I know, right?
had me in tears.
I guarantee you, like
My
now,
girlfriend's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "I wasn't expecting to see Princess Leia at the end of this
Yeah.
movie, but it was so
Dude,
beautiful.
I know. I got really like not choked up because I watched it before. She passed away. Unfortunately, I mean, well, fortunately, maybe I guess. But I feel like it would be more impactful now because it felt like, did they know? Like, because it was just like
it was
ended
weird.
perfectly.
Oh my god!
And now thinking about it, I'm like, it almost ended just like how Fast and Furious ended with Paul Walker,
where they
kind of like
CG'd
showed
her.
him off.
Yeah,
and it was just
it was beautiful, but it was almost like weird. Because the conspiracy,
it was actually really good.
Yeah.
Like the CG was super good, and I'm like, even the one Empire guy,
General
Tarkin.
General Tarkin was like really well CG'd.
Yeah.
Which,
one friend was kind of complaining about him. I'm like, it's actually really good.
That was pretty awesome.
You can hardly tell that it's a computer animated character.
I mean, the guy's been dead since like 1997, I think.
Like they have to have him in this movie.
Yeah.
You can't avoid that.
Yeah. Which this movie actually sparked a big argument. Should Hollywood CG dead celebrities into movies? There's a fine line.
There's a fine line, but honestly, I would kind of like it just to see their memory live on.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Like especially for Carrie Fisher, like Princess Leia,
she did finish filming episode 8.
But now they're talking, what are they going to do for later Star Wars now?
Yeah.
So if they said that, we all know that she did not die in the new one.
Yeah. But that being said,
so I'm just saying. So we know that Princess Leia is safe in the next one.
We do. But at the same time, I wonder if they're gonna have to shoot a scene and kill off Princess Leia. I don't know.
Think so. They're done. They're done recording. They're editing now.
Yeah. Well, maybe in episode 9 she might die.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't know. It's the whole thing with CG celebrities.
I mean, considering how good they did that with Rogue One, I wouldn't mind that they would keep her in.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh my gosh, what a good movie.
But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so good, and now I'm really excited for the rest of the spin-off movies, the Han Solo movie, and then
I'm sold on it now.
The next
only thing I wish though, just put the dang scroll in.
Yeah.
Come on, I understand you're trying to make it distinguish them from the real movies, but those are real Star Wars movies too.
Yeah.
Just put the scroll in. Because it was weird. They did the music intro and then cut.
Yeah, right.
And the first opening kind of felt like it was cut up a lot. Which I feel like, because they even did say that initially the scroll was in there. So I feel like they cut a lot of stuff just to not put the scroll in.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. You don't know what would they put? And then, one of my friends was saying that too. It was just well, what would they put in it? It's I don't know. Kind of say the Rebel Alliance is in fracture, blah blah blah. She can't keep the rebels together, and blah blah blah. Yeah, give some backstory, and then just
explain what happened in episode 3, pretty much.
And then they hear about the plans for the Death Star and blah blah blah. And they got to say it
Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, what we should mention? The Easter eggs. All the Easter eggs were fantastic.
I know R2D2 and C3PO. That was a cool.
They never tell me anything.
I know. That was cool how they added them in there.
Yeah, that was
cool. And because then you just saw that and you're like, Princess Leia,
right?
Somewhere.
She's there and somewhere.
Then, I loved the Red Leader. I loved how they put that in there.
Red Leader, yes.
I'm like, what? That is so cool.
Red Leader standing by.
The fact that they were able to do that and make it still fit within the story and the actual
that whole
movie.
Scene made me so happy when they're just Red Leader standing by, because
it felt like just the old because it was essentially the old
classic throwback.
Because it was essentially they found old footage of those guys and was able to do it. I'm like, that is cool.
I love it when they're on the first planet and Jin runs into. I can't remember their names, but she runs into the 2 dudes who were in the cantina on Tatooine in episode 4.
Yes. And it's oh, what? And then
he says he doesn't like you.
And we haven't even talked about the coolest guy in the game. I mean, not the game, the movie. The Chinese dude.
Oh yes, I thought for sure.
I thought
I'm
he was
like,
the Jedi.
yeah, I thought for sure. I'm like, he's Jedi.
I'm still not.
He's Jedi.
I'm still not sold that he isn't a Jedi. He wasn't a Jedi.
I know he's dead, but I'm
I
like,
know he was guarding the Jedi temple because
Like,
he was
he-
saying that he was guarding the Force temple.
he was guarding the Force temple, and it was the Kyber crystal temple, and
Yeah.
like that's what they used
That's
to
the
make
coolest
lightsabers.
thing. The fact that that's what they use to make lightsabers, and that also powers Death Star.
yeah,
That was cool.
crystals.
That was cool because I don't think they explained that in the first
no,
in the
I
original
don't
trilogy.
think they did.
No.
Which I really want to go back and watch.
Yeah, now
4,
that
5,
you know,
and 6 now.
Now that I watched Rogue One, I'm like, I want to go back because
Like-
it's been so long.
I wanted to immediately watch A New Hope
Because it was,
after Rogue One.
I didn't catch the Cantina people at first. I had to look on. I'm like, oh, that is them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm like, man, now I really do need to watch it because I'm like, man, I was missing things.
He says he doesn't like you.
Yeah, he says he doesn't like you.
Oh
my gosh.
Now,
It was-
I really want to go home and watch A New Hope now.
Oh, it was so good.
I honestly, I might go invest in
Getting
the trilogy on Blu-ray. I'm just trying to think if I missed anything, but I don't think so.
We're
Pretty
basically
much.
saying, go watch.
Go
Rogue One
watch
if you
it.
have not watched it yet.
I'm sure
if you
it'll
haven't
still-
watched it, what's wrong with you?
I'm sure it'll still be in theaters for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I
was
kinda
like
wanna
the
watch
biggest
it
hit,
again.
one of the biggest hits of 2016. I don't think it's worth going to see in 3D.
I was gonna say I didn't watch it in 3D.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to watch it in 3D.
No, 3D is still a cash in, I think.
Yeah, there's some movies that are actually pretty good with it, but
I feel like
Like-
Doctor Strange might have been kind of cool with 3D.
that
but,
was actually really good in 3D.
Oh, you did go to see it in 3D.
Did I? Crap. Who did
It's
I
a-
even watch Doctor Strange with? Glenn, and we didn't watch it in 3D.
Okay. But
I watched that Harry Potter thing.
I didn't see Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beats. I watched that in 3D.
Was
We
it
watched that in
cool?
3D. It was really good.
I didn't see it. We really want to see
Yeah.
it, and I never got to the
That
theater
was
to
actually
see
really good. Yeah, me and Eleni, we went to go watch that, and it was fantastic.
it. Okay.
Fantastic Beasts.
Um,
Heyo. That was unintentional.
I wanted to see that. Dude, do you want to just quickly just mention movies we're looking forward to this year?
Sure, why not?
Why not? I'm really looking forward to all the Marvel movies. Black Panther.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I do hope Ant-Man 2 comes out this year.
I think they said that Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out this year.
Okay. Guardians of the Freaking Galaxy Volume 2. Cannot wait.
That and the
The
new Star Wars, obviously.
Episode 8.
I love
Come
how
on.
that's
That's
gonna,
my
like,
most
just-
anticipated.
That's gonna just end the year.
Yeah, that's my most anticipated. I am really looking forward to Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, now that it's gonna be a buddy cop, with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be in it.
I love the fact that people played websites played stupid. It ended with them basically saying that they were teaming up,
Yeah.
and then they waited months after that movie came out to say, "Well, we've confirmed Doctor Strange is gonna be in Thor."
Because it was kind of a spoiler thing. They didn't want to give that away before Doctor
But
Strange
still.
came out, and they gave it they gave it a while. They wanted to make sure a lot of people had
Spider-Man:
seen the movie.
Homecoming.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they showed they showed the preview for it during Rogue
gosh,
One.
that trailer. Yes.
It's happening. It's finally happening. They're putting out a very, very this is the Spider-Man movie we've all been looking forward to. I liked the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but this is it. This is going to be the good one. Michael Keaton is the villain. He's the Vulture. So cool.
Justice League.
Justice League's going to be awesome.
I hope it is.
I hope it's awesome.
I still stand by this. Batman vs Superman is a good movie.
It is a good movie, which I really need to check out the extended cut.
It doesn't add much, but it's still a good movie.
Still good.
It's still good.
Oh.
It does add a little bit.
I never saw Suicide Squad. Still have not seen
I
it.
have watched it. It's
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Did you see the extended cut?
Again, they didn't add much.
No.
They added a little bit more Joker,
Okay.
but that's it. I
All
feel
right.
they cut it because they didn't want it to be super serious. They wanted to make it more kind of like a pop fun type because they had a whole bunch of Joker footage. Obviously, Joker disappears halfway through the movie.
Okay.
Like
I'll
seriously,
watch it.
without even spoil. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give you the heads up. Joker just disappears halfway through the movie.
I feel like
What is
that-
he
that
doing?
Yeah.
He's just gone. He had this epic thing, and it was just like poof.
Okay.
He was the best part of the movie, and they only had him for like a couple minutes. Well, not a couple minutes. I gave it like 20, 30 minutes of film time.
Okay.
I liked his take on it, but they just didn't give him enough time to like, show more of him.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Just Marvel and Star Wars.
Logan
Oh yeah, duh. Logan.
and John Wick Chapter 2.
Are they really
Yes.
doing John Wick Chapter 2?
Have you not seen the trailer?
I didn't see it. Oh.
Woo!
No,
Have
never
you
mind.
not seen
Never
that
mind.
trailer?
No. I was
Oh my
thinking of
gosh.
something else. I was
Okay.
thinking of something else.
Okay.
I was thinking of what was it? It was a Disney movie that flopped, but it was really, really good. What was it? It was John something.
I have no idea. But
John Wick, I did see the trailer for John
Okay,
Wick too. I
okay.
can't wait to see that movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's gonna be cool.
I can't wait for that. The Mummy reboot. I'm actually intrigued by this. Have you seen the trailer for this?
Yes, and
I'm like-
at first I was like, "Oh my goodness, why?"
Yeah.
But it looks cool.
This looks interesting.
I'm actually really looking
Ghost
forward
in the Shell. That
Oh,
I'm really
yes.
excited to watch that.
because I've seen Ghost in the Shell. Like I've watched the anime, and it's so good. They actually talked about bringing the original movie to U.S. theatrical release.
Good.
So I'm actually looking forward to
'Cause,
Lego
yeah, that-
Batman as well.
Yes, I am too. that looks too funny.
That looks
We're gonna have to
great.
do a reaction on that because that's just gonna be too funny.
Yeah.
That and then I don't know how you feel about this Triple X.
I'll watch it.
Oh, dude, I loved Triple X back then because that was basically like Fast
Return
and
of
Furious.
Xander Cage.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yes, they released a couple new images from CES. That looked
Really?
Yeah.
World War Z 2.
All right.
How did that end? I thought that ended where like it would.
He got the cure.
Yeah.
He got the antidote or whatever, and it just ended. They're just
Oh, why haven't I thought of this? The Fate of the Furious that comes out next year.
yes, the Fate of the Furious. That's gonna be great.
I wonder if they're gonna do the CG and just kind of CG Paul every now and then.
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he's officially gone.
I
They
wish
gave
that
him
they
his
would.
send off.
But have you've seen the trailer for that, right? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with? Oh, what is wrong with him?
Oh yeah, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
It's
Why is he
weird.
portraying his family?
It's weird.
I don't want him to portray his family.
I feel like it's gonna be an inside job thing.
I feel like between that and I really
But at
hope
the
they
same
don't.
time, I think they'll like dismiss him. His crew will be like, "No, get away from us."
Like, because he's clearly going at he's doing his own thing, and it's like, why? Don't.
Oh,
And I really hope they don't do the whole thing where they did with I think it was Fast 7, where Michelle was like
yeah.
not brainwashed, but she lost her memory.
Yeah.
I hope they don't pull that with him. It was like, come on, you already did that in this movie
That'd be stupid.
universe. Don't do that
That'd
to
be
him
dumb.
too.
I forgot to mention a movie that's like up at the top for me of most anticipated. Aliens.
Yes,
Alien.
Covenant.
I can't wait to see Alien Covenant. The preview for
Oh,
that
yeah,
was awesome.
Jumanji.
Jumanji. I feel like Jumanji.
It's Kevin Hart and The
is
Rock.
gonna
It's gonna be
be-
okay. It's gonna be funny to watch, but it's not gonna be the
It's-
Jumanji we know.
It's not going to be the Jumanji we know.
Saw.
Whatever. I'm so
Really?
done with Saw. I've only seen like the first 3 movies. They have done
It
way
ended-
too many.
They ended it, and it was actually like a good ending.
Yeah.
Why are they making another one? Oh, so this is totally random, but you've seen Rogue One, so you've seen the trailer for the Boss Baby.
Boss Baby. That
Isn't that
actually
gonna
looks
be
pretty
so
funny.
funny?
That looks pretty funny.
I mean, come on, it has Alec
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin's
as
the
the
boss.
baby, yeah. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Well, it's
I was
pretty
sitting there
funny.
watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's gonna be another. I'm like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah, like I actually laughed during that trailer. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna have to see that.
I'm like, I'm gonna be a grown man going in there and watching it.
Hey, there is absolutely nothing wrong with us going to see animated movies.
No.
Like, I didn't see Cars 2,
I
but
want to
that
see
first
Cars
trailer
3.
they showed for Cars 3 was like really dark.
Yeah, I want to see Cars 3. I really do.
I'm trying to think of other animated movies. We already mentioned Lego Batman.
Lego Batman. I can't wait.
It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait.
Um,
Attack on Titan 2.
oh gosh, yeah. Now we're getting into
Season
animated
2?
TV. Season 2 of Attack on Titan. Please, I can't
We'll,
wait.
we'll talk more about TV shows here on the Killer Fox Show.
Okay.
So that has been it for the Matty C Show, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe below, and until next time, have a great one.
Peace.